this evening already.
And now make some noise for Tony Buttigieg!
So Tony Buttigieg was a promising amateur, a decent career. And now 1-0 as a professional, won against Christian Lake. Tough cagey journeyman on his debut at York Hall beginning of last month. He's tall, rangy, can switch hit as well. Kind of negative back foot style. Lost out in the final of the Haringey Box Cup a couple of years ago against James Cleary at Alexandra Palace. That was at 69 kilos. Turned pro pretty young, 18. I think he's 19 now though. And, trained by Barry Smith and Harry Andrews at West Ham. There's some good sparring. The Upton brothers. Bradley Smith, Brandon Ball too. He's going to make the most of his entrance here at York Hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hellraiser Boxing in association with Warrior Promotions presents 4 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Firstly, introducing in the blue corner, he came to the scales at 10 stone, 9 pounds. His fight record consists of 9 fights, 2 wins. One of those wins coming by way of KO and 7 losses. Wearing the red and white trunks from Birmingham by way of Ireland, Yadollah Gheasemi! And his opponent across the ring in the red corner. He came to the scales at 10 stone, 7 pounds. His unbeaten record consists of 1 fight, 1 win. Wearing the white, blue and yellow trunks from Tony Buttigieg! Instructions to both boxers.
Tony Buttigieg's had some time to wait before getting in the ring tonight, and he looks pumped and ready to go. Yadollah Gheasemi, in contrast, looking a little bit more subdued in the blue corner.
Seconds out, first round.
Buttigieg's come straight to task.
You can see he was very amped.
Landed with the first shot that he threw, then the jab. Sign of a man that's eager to get out there. And he felt as if he was on the wrong end of a couple of bad decisions as an amateur, and that was partly what prompted his decision to turn over. And he's keen to get to work and start to get his name out there. He's known amongst the kind of hardcore cohort of amateur boxing fans, but really when you think of the crest of the wave that British boxing's riding at the moment, he'll want to be part of that.
Oh, most definitely.
I think a big part of that will be trying to get himself moving as quickly as he can. Get that record to a respectable number in the next year or so. He's well capable, tall, rangy, awkward southpaw.
Looks very comfortable in the ring, moves around well.
Nice lead left hook and then works his way into a combination behind it. Gheasemi just smiles at him. There from Buttigieg, just flicking out the jab. I think in response to somebody ringside who was shouting for it. Gheasemi just sticking his head out and saying, yep, you go ahead.
You can see there's a bit of a psychological game there now. Where he's trying to show him that you cannot hurt him and he can stick his chin out and he's okay. Let's try and play on the mind.
Didn't miss by much there. That one kind of crashed in against the shoulder of Gheasemi. Buttigieg shaping up well so far, looking pretty sharp. Well, Buttigieg trying to tempt Gheasemi into throwing himself, so that presumably he can launch into the counter. Gheasemi seems to, well, he doesn't seem to be interested, quite honestly, to just walk forwards. I don't know quite what this show of bravado is all about, but well, if he carries on like this, it's only going to lead to one outcome. It's a nice stiff right hand, and again, Gheasemi just smiling at him and walking forwards.
It's a very silly game to show.
You can show you're a tough man all you like, but it's not going to win you a boxing match.
Definitely not.
Well, slightly bizarre opening round.
Very bizarre.
He was junior ABA champion twice, Buttigieg. Good amateur with Lansbury Youth, and he's got high aims.
Round 2.
Does give you a good base.
Yeah, definitely. You need that base. But you don't want to stay in amateurs too long where you kind of just lose the adjustments you can get in pro. Still got to use the amateurs as a learning ground.
Gheasemi happy to stand there with his hands by his sides and kind of grin. But again, if you're going to walk into a shot like that, then you can smile all you want, but really, you've got to be thinking about A, your long-term health, and B, you want to win fights.
Yeah, this has become a bit of a bravado.
Very strange indeed.
If you want to show bravado,
There we go.
Hit back, that's what you should do.
That's better. Hands up a little bit higher now. And I think perhaps as a response to that shot that he was caught clean with. Just feels as if Buttigieg could have taken a few more of those opportunities while he did have his hands down to throw. He just seems slightly reticent to do so.
And I think that's exactly what he wanted him to do, just be scared to step in because his hands are down, because he's egging him on.
A stiff jab again from Buttigieg.
Flicking his head back with that jab.
And suddenly Gheasemi's decided that he's going to box as well. But in all my years of commentating, and it's only been about 5, but I haven't seen many things like this.
Yeah, most definitely not. This is very entertaining.
Got the posture of a man that's watching a stand-up comedy routine, not standing in the ring with a decent boxing prospect at your call. Now he's decided to click into gear.
And I think that's what it is. I know he doesn't really feel he's got the skill level to hurt Tony, so he wants to try and demoralise him by showing that his punches have nothing to it. I think that's the game he's going to play, which has no benefit.
Buttigieg certainly doesn't seem to be particularly concerned. He's just happy to stick behind the jab and continue working away. Keeping things long, keeping it simple. Jab and move, picking those single shots and doubling them up when the opportunity arises. But again, another looping swing. Doubles the left hook up. That's better from Buttigieg. Starting to work a bit of variety in.
And that's what you've got to do. You can't let them psychologically get to you. If the man wants to take your shots, let him take your shots.
So halfway through this 4-rounder, just 2 to go after this one.
seconds.
And one thing we can say about this evening
Round 3.
is that there have been so many lessons learned for so many of these up-and-coming young prospects, different facets of their game, and I think these are the kind of lessons that these young men are learning in multiple fights over the course of a year. And you can see exactly why they progress as well as they do, because so many of these journeyman fighters come in and just pose really awkward conundrums of different sorts and different problems to unpick. I suppose once you've been exposed to a variety of those sorts of problems over a long period of time, that's exactly why you do improve.
Exactly, because they have so many different facets they've got to work on before you get thrown in with someone who covers all of that.
Absolutely. Tony Buttigieg just right at the beginning of his apprenticeship, so to speak, as a professional. Certainly applied his trade well as an amateur, learned lots of lessons there, but this is the business of boxing, so to speak. Good head movement from him, just shakes his head, lands a long left hook. Now he's the one that postures, hands by sides, opens up with a combination. And again, Gheasemi can smile away, but they all landed. Yeah, perhaps Buttigieg hasn't got as much pop behind his shots as he could do, but 19 years of age.
He's still got some growing to do, most
absolutely.
definitely. And he shouldn't let that get to him, which he isn't showing. He's showing that, do you know what? I'm still landing punches to your face, and that's all that matters to me. I'm still going to win this fight.
Nice decoy work there, just raising the left in the air, then throwing the jab. Long left hand landed that time. Incredibly young age to turn professional. It's a complicated world. Boxing.
Similar to those Mexicans, actually. They turn over really young.
Well, Canelo Alvarez had something like 39 or 40 contests going into the Mayweather fight. He was 22, 23 years of age. Incredible.
Wow, yeah, you're right.
So plenty of time for Buttigieg. Those heads came together. I saw that just a moment ago while you were talking. And
yeah, and Tony's kind of got him in the eye, actually.
well, it's cut Gheasemi. I don't think he's too fussed by it. It's just the blood running into the eye. That's causing him to blink a little bit. Now he's starting to chase with a little bit of urgency.
That'd be smart if Tony throws a few of those straights to the body.
That's long left hand again. 1 round to go here. Buttigieg, well, hasn't been able to hurt Gheasemi, but certainly in control going into this final round. As the cornermen just going to work on the cut. News coming through that George Groves is victorious over Fedor Chudanov, so he becomes the super middleweight champion of the world at the 4th time of asking.
He finally got it.
Brings the title back to London. Terrific news.
That just shows if you keep knocking on the door, someone will answer.
Absolutely. That news coming through from Jim McDonald Jr., the cornerman and one of the trainers of James DeGale, no less. So I just wonder whether those two will meet at some point in the future for a unification clash. That would be very interesting indeed.
That would be spicy.
Of course, both had incredibly close encounters with Badu Jack. Groves losing a close one. DeGale
drawing.
Only fighting to a draw, of course. But anyway, back to it here. Tony Buttigieg.
Lovely movement and just flicking off the jab. That's what you want to do. This is what you want to take advantage of these guys for, just to work your craft. Get ring comfy, and I think you can see this is what Tony's decided to do, just work on his craft.
Oh, and again, the head's coming together.
Second time now.
I don't think Buttigieg's cut there. Just got to be careful. The referee having a word with him. Nice stiff left hand. That's a good combination. That caught Gheasemi's attention. Sure, Buttigieg
lovely work from Tony there.
Love to rock him back onto his heels if he can, given the bravado and the kidology that the man in the red shorts displayed in that first round. no doubt who's been the classier operator through this. Buttigiegg's shown the levels of skill that he's developed over the last 6 months or so as a pro. And as we said, as he gets stronger and older and more conditioned, that power will come naturally as he goes into his early 20s and beyond. And it will be really interesting to see how this young man develops, because he's really got a nice stylistic skill set to be an interesting contender in this division. Walks Gheasemi into another long left, right hook combination.
Lovely jab there again, just flicked it out.
Really good feet too after the jab, wasn't it? Just to evade the counter. Flicking that jab into the eye of Gheasemi, who's got his hands higher and tighter than he did at the beginning stage. So perhaps
he sees this a serious game now.
There's
only a certain amount of punches you can take before, do you know what?
Absolutely, and that's good, because perhaps Buttigieg has just a little bit of respect from him, which was absent in that opening round. You should always respect your opponent. As Buttigieg begins to...
he's showing respect in return.
He's got to be careful there too. Doesn't want to get caught with anything silly by celebrating prematurely. Nice jab again.
Very good jab he's demonstrated for the
bangs the left hand off the chin of Gheasemi, which has shown itself to be pretty solid. So seconds tick away in round number 4. Buttigieg just showboating a little now, switch hitting, comfortable, keeping it long. There goes the final bell. No doubt as to who's the winner. A wry smile from Gheasemi there, who had a bit of fun in the early going, but he's ended up with a cut over his left eye for his troubles. And
I'm sure he'll learn to keep his hands up and leave bravado at home.
Yeah, it's not just the young up-and-coming pros who learn a lesson or two in the process, eh?
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for both boxers. After 4 3 rounds, we go to the referee scoring ringside. He scores about 40 points to 36 points in favour of the winner. In the red corner, from Tony Buttigieg! Please show your appreciation for the gallant Yadollah Gheasemi.
Tony, second win, another shutout. Very impressive. You looked in there. How did you feel?
Firstly, I want to thank Barry Smith and Harry Andrews for putting all the time and work and the effort in the gym with me, because without them I couldn't have done that. So thanks to them first. Secondly, I'd like to thank God for the win. I was a bit injured in this fight, my hands and everything, my back, but I got the win. It was 4 out of 10 performance.
4 out of 10. If that's a 4 out of 10, I'd like to see a 10 out of 10. How did you think of Barry?
Yeah, he done okay. Like I said, look, he's a work in progress. He's a little prospect coming through. He's coming under the radar. You know, we're just going to take our time with him. Nice and slowly with him.
There's no need to rush. There's 2 fights. You've done 2 in 2 months or something, haven't you? 2 in a month, in fact.
Yeah.
So,
Supposed to be 3.
supposed to be 3. Well, there we are. Oh, yeah, of course, like the thing. So, how many more do you want this year, do you think?
I'm going to take
it out in September. Back September, the end of September now. He's got a couple of injuries. So
I know it's the elbow.
I'm going to have a couple of weeks out of the gym. Couple of weeks. Back in the gym again, grinding after 3 or 4 weeks. I want to let my body rest. I've been in the gym a year working hard with Barry. you know what I'm saying? I had 3 back-to-back camps, no rest.
Yeah.
From Saturday, I was back in the gym on the Tuesday, training again. So whenever a 3 or 4 week rest, I'm back in the gym.
Fair enough. You're only 19. I mean, you got all the time in the world. There's no need to rush it. You looked very, very good again. Well done. Go and enjoy it. Well done.